What is going on, everybody? Hey, this is your boy JC from JC Sports Talk, and you already know the deal, man. We come here, we try to provide you. I try to provide you the best content there is. Regardless of what fan base you are, it is what it is. This is JC Sports Talk, not JC Eagles Talk. That's why I changed it. But without further ado, we do have a special guest on the show tonight, and she came all the way from Jersey to bless us with her presence here today. So without further ado, let's get into it. Please introduce yourself and let them know a little bit about you.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me, JC. This will be fun. I am excited to battle it out a little bit. So I am Nikki Giss. I'm 1/3 of the 3rd and 3 podcast. We go live every Wednesday night. And we have just a really, really good time. Our show is not scripted. It is a football-based show. We don't stick to just one team, but we have a lot of fun. So every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, you can catch us there. Once in a while, I hop on the New York Giants Rush podcast, which is Tuesday nights at 8, because I cover Giants training camp on Tuesday, so you can always find me there. I was going to say, if you were there, say hi, but the other day was the last day for fans, so never mind on that. And then I just pop on throughout the week with my fellow football podcasters. And look for me on chat. I do have a fantasy show coming out on Sunday in September, so watch for that as well.
And your Twitter and your social media, they're all
at Nikki Nick 9384, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Okay, all right. Hey, look, without further ado, usually I do take questions, but this is going to be a pretty short show because she does have to unfortunately go try to cover some team, some Giants team, whatever, before the preseason game tonight. So look, tonight, so we will only take fantasy questions. So if you have a fantasy question, please leave it in the chat. But besides that, I will say hi to the chat members as we go along, but I will not take no other questions besides fantasy questions. But let's get into it. This is a layup right here. Okay. I am throwing you a perfect ball. Do not miss this dunk, okay?
Like Jalen Reagor? Don't drop it like Jalen Reagor.
At least he had one-handed catch one time, so it is what it is, right? Reagor in training camp. But, hey, look, any catch count with him, but hey, he's getting his mind right. But so will the Giants win more than 5 games this season? I might have some Giants fan watching. Just tell them yes or no question. I mean,
more than 5. Yes, they will.
Okay, and we're gonna get into that. I mean, see, this is a perfect because I'm about to hear your reason why, and we're gonna talk about Daniel Jones, Barkley. I mean, and we're gonna talk about some things. All right. Yeah. So the Giants preseason game is tonight. What do you expect to see from your team? First string. How long are they playing? Daniel Jones. What?
Right. So Brian Dable said the starters will play the entire first quarter. So I think along with everybody, right, I'm concerned about injury. I think that's anybody, with their team. You're just, you're super concerned about that. You don't want to be like what the Ravens last year. I mean, they lost damn near everybody before week 1. That was
exactly.
Brutal. And so
this year, it seems like it's the Bucs this year.
Yeah.
So far.
So I'm worried about that, but of course you want to see improvement. So the cool thing about covering training camp and being there, and I know you're on the sidelines at Eagles camp, is you follow the team, right? You kind of have a vested interest. You're there, you can see the growth and the improvement. So I think all eyes are on Daniel Jones tonight.
Oh, okay. All right. So your whole season, so if all eyes is on Daniel Jones tonight, then maybe the whole season. So let's jump into Daniel Jones. All right. So the Giants did not sign him, pick up his 5th-year option. So right now, he's basically auditioning for 31 other teams, right?
Yes.
I mean, even though Giants had first dibs, but he could move on, after this year if he plays well. I mean, what do you expect to see from Daniel Jones? And do you think your new head coach will change the culture, will make him better? I mean, like around the Giants, facility. Like, would he be a better quarterback having a head coach like Gable?
I want to say yes. My personal opinion is that Daniel Jones is not the guy. I think we have.
Ooh, what? Wait, you just told me. Wait, I'm confused.
Why?
Are
Because
you?
all eyes are on Daniel Jones, and
Okay.
everybody's going to be looking,
Right.
at him and his chemistry with the receivers. But like, this is why you do not draft quarterbacks out of Duke. Okay, I think we have seen all we need to see from him. He doesn't look that much different than last year, and also we've yet to get a full healthy year out of him. So I'm concerned about that. Tyrod Taylor does look damn good though. So if he needs to come in, I would feel good about that.
So you are like, man, petitioning for Tyrod Taylor to be the starter.
No, but you can.
Whoa, Eagle fans, are y'all listening? Yo, this is good news for me. This is great news for us. Like,
no, you could tell he's comfortable in Brian Daboll's offense.
Who?
When you watch
Taylor or Jones?
Taylor, because obviously he was there, so you could tell he's comfortable. My thing with Jones is it's a chemistry thing, and it's with Wan'Dale Robinson. It's there. He's working on it with Kadarius Toney. So 2 weeks ago, he was throwing to Toney really high, and they were missing. So last week, he's getting a little bit better. The chemistry is not there with Kenny Golladay. It hasn't been there. It's an issue. Kenny Golladay can't get that separation from the DBs, which we know. We know in Detroit. We know what kind of player he is. Everybody knows that. But their chemistry is really off.
I mean, like, Kenny Golladay was the hot commodity 2 years ago. Right. Like, I mean, like even the Philadelphia Eagles was trying to go after him, but the Giants threw the money at him, and we knew that he couldn't stay healthy. It proved last year. So, I mean, I'm just still stuck on Daniel Jones not being the guy, but have we seen his ceiling or no? I mean, because like our honesty, right?
Yeah.
His wide receivers were hurt. Like, I mean, he never had a full set of wide receivers or running back anytime he's been there. And then the coaches was a circus going on over there. The GM was, a clown. So, I mean, they had some issues. So, I mean, would you put that solely on Daniel Jones or overall? Like, I mean, has he had the opportunity to show what he could bring to the table?
No, of course it's not all on Daniel Jones. We all know that football is a team sport. And if you have a good supporting cast around you, you can be like a Ryan Tannehill and just pass it off, right? And,
or have a guy like A.J. Brown,
once in a while. Like a Derrick Henry. Yeah. You don't have to play hero ball. You can just be a game manager. No. And, the Giants haven't had an offensive line for like 9 years now. 8, 9 years. So I can't put it all on Daniel Jones.
Sorry. Oops. My bad. I didn't mean to say so loud. But yes, I did.
It's true, right? I mean, they haven't. Even John Mara came out and said, we didn't address the offensive line. So it's not all on Daniel Jones. It's not. And we know that as football fans. But is he part of the problem? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, any guy that tripped over his own 2 feet running clearly to the end zone, I mean, and tripped, and that game might have been the game-winning touchdown. Who knows? But Daniel Jones, I want Daniel Jones to be a Giant for life.
Of course
you
do.
Why not? Why not?
You don't want us to succeed. Of course not.
Why would I?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then let's move on to the next one.
So I can't take your take seriously.
Whoa, no. Because we're about to get into my real take when it comes to the running back, because that's my guy from Penn State. But let's get to your wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
Last year, y'all went out and spent boku money. Y'all drafted Toney. Y'all went into the offseason with Golladay as your prize free agent. But they can't stay healthy. Like, what is going on? I mean, like, how are the wide receivers looking, first off, this offseason in training camp? And, I mean, do you expect big things from them?
Um, I think Kadarius Toney's going to have a great year, and I know people ask me that in fantasy a lot. I know we'll touch on that in a little bit.
Yeah, we
Um,
will.
yeah, I think that's a good pick right there. I think Wan'Dale Robinson is going to have a great year, and that's because he and Daniel Jones are on the same page. They got some really young guys who are looking
Mm-hmm.
good out there. Sills is looking good out there. He has great chemistry with Tyrod Taylor. So, we'll see. Hopefully he makes the team. That'll be
A lot of Tyrod Taylor talk.
it
Wow.
is a lot of Tyrod Taylor talk. Listen, but he looks good. So, we had who? Mike Lennon was our backup last year.
Long neck.
Long
Yeah.
neck Lennon.
Long
Yeah.
neck Glennon. Yo, this dude getting
Yeah.
paid millions just to be mediocre. I could be a Glennon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, exactly. You could just throw a bunch of podcasters out there, see how we would do. So, I feel like, your backup quarterback is such an underrated position, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen. Any
Last
play.
year, the Philadelphia Eagles, because they invest in the backup quarterbacks, and it shows.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago we won the Super Bowl, and it continues showing when our starting quarterback Carson Wentz, he folded. Boom, our backup came in. I mean, it showed. But the backup quarterback is a big position that a lot of teams don't key on.
Mhm.
But then once the Eagles won Super Bowl, now they started saying, okay, maybe let's bring in the redhead. Man, from the Bengals, he went to the Cowboys. Andy Dalton, right? Man, Cowboys got Dak Prescott. Let's bring in Andy Dalton. Let's pay him $10 million a year just to be a backup, because everybody trying to do like the Eagles did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 2017-18 season, but
yeah, they want like their Nick Foles, right?
Yeah, they're Nick Foles.
Yeah, I maintain that Nick Foles only works in Philly. He just only works.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Same thing I said. He only works in Philly under the right system. That's it. He's a bust everywhere else.
A bust, yes.
Yeah. All right. So your wide receiver core, I mean, Tony, Galladay, Sterling.
Big play, Darius. He looks phenomenal. Big play Slay is here. He has arrived in camp. He looks phenomenal. Pretty good chemistry with Jones. Really, Kenny Galladay is a huge question mark.
Okay. All right. So, hey, let's talk about Saquon Barkley, right? Is Saquon Barkley my guy? From Penn State. I watched him, and then now we have his backup in the Philadelphia Eagle backfield, and Miles Sanders. I love Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Saquon, man.
Okay.
Like, Saquon been in the league for, first of all, did the Giants pick up his 5th-year option or no? Right. This is his 4th year, right?
Yeah.
This is his 4th year? Okay. All right. So this is contract year. So, one, do you feel like the Giants are going to pick up his, his 5th-year option? And, is this his year? Is this his, his breakout season? I know his rookie season was great, and then his sophomore and junior, was kind of like boom, boom, bang injuries. Yeah. What's going on with Saquon? Could you count on Saquon in the backfield to keep a quarterback like either Tyrod Taylor or Daniel Jones upright by handing it off to Saquon?
Yeah, so first of all, I was heartbroken, not just because it's my team, but just to see a really good athlete who cares, right, and has so much heart. When they get hurt, it's just tough to see. And then it's like, are you going to be able to come back from that injury? And we could all tell last year he was very tentative, right? He just wasn't all there. I have seen it with my own 2 eyes. That burst is back. The explosiveness is back. He's doing his lateral run, but the difference now is it's one cut and he's running right up the middle. So now he's got power up the middle. Of course, the offensive line is helping, right? They're creating holes that haven't been there. But Saquon looks like he is in for a fantastic season. No, I couldn't say that last year. I'm telling you, and you watch enough football. When you see it in person, you see the eye test. Yeah, no, I would feel comfortable. Now it's like, what do you give him? You give him a Nick Chubb deal? Like, what? I see. I'm not a fan of throwing a ton of money at running backs, though. So.
Yeah, that is true, because they're like they call it their lifespan is about 8 years or under. You know what I mean? Because they get a lot of pounding, but. Besides his rookie year, I haven't seen enough from Saquon. But me personally, because I'm fighting the same battle with Miles Sanders.
Right.
Like this is Saquon had a 50 option. Miles Sanders do not have a 50 option. This is his fourth year, his final year, and the
Okay.
Eagles did not sign him to a contract extension yet. Because yes, he's been dissing around or been injured. Throughout the
Hmm.
past 3 years, he missed about 8 to 9 games, which is not a lot, but it's enough to have doubts and say like, oh, man, I don't know if it's the guy, especially if your team is like look better when he's not there. It's like, oh my God, what is
Yeah.
running game then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could be something too. But with Saquon, I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like, he's so talented. I mean,
Yeah.
do you get the take the risk of just letting him walk? Or not picking up the 50 option, even though the Giants will always have first dibs at him.
Hmm.
But would he feel some type of way about, hey, you didn't believe in me, you let me play out my last year, and I could have been injured, this and that, yada yada. So I'm leaving, deuces. I mean, what do the Giants do? Do they try to look at the trade market, at the trade deadline, or wait till the end of the season, to give him a contract extension? See if he can stay healthy throughout the whole 17 games. What is your thought on that?
Yeah, I think with him, you have to see if he can stay healthy, right? Because I mean, that's a major factor with Saquon. We all know that. Um, Listen, I do know he loves his team. He loves this city. He has so much heart. He is like the heart of the team, the face of the team. And but football is a business, right? So if you have to look at trade options, you have to look at trade options. I totally get it. I understand,
Yeah.
not throwing a ton of money at a running back. But if he has a really good year and he's healthy and he can be consistent, then yeah, sign him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I absolutely feel the same way about Miles Sanders. The first few games, if Miles Sanders is balling out, sign him right then and there. You know what I mean? Like you see his potential. He's played, 3, 4 games. And Howie Roseman is a very smart GM. We have one of the best GMs in the world. I'm like, and the National Football League. So I'm gonna say it right here. We have the best GM in the National Football League. He know how to, just move the pieces around. He remind me of a chess player. Your move, nope, I got you right here. King me,
Bobby
give me
Fischer.
AJ Brown. Yeah, give me AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Give me
Oh,
Darius
that
Slay.
AJ
Give
Brown.
me,
Oh my God. How are you
first
like? Yeah.
we
Draft.
drafted AJ Brown,
Yeah.
the 18th pick overall, basically a Pro Bowl wide receiver. We drafted in the first round, 18th pick, and we give up third.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how he did that, but he pulled it off. So
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we'll see. So NFC East Outlook. Okay.
Mhm.
All off season, I have not had a Giant fan yet on this podcast. You know why? They
Why?
don't exist. They do not exist because their team are so trash or in garbage the past few years. I mean, look, I'm just going to keep it 100, right?
You got it.
I had a Washington Commanders fan on here, playing the Cowboys, just talking to smack. But
Mhm.
how do you see this NFC East looking like? I mean, just give me your first to fourth and tell me your reasoning, please, ma'am. You on the clock.
I am on the clock. All right. So I think the Commanders are going to come in fourth.
Woo! Okay. I mean, I guess that's to be expected if you're a Giants fan. So I mean, hey, I won't expect you to say your own team gonna come in fourth.
Well, you know
So,
what? Last year I did put my own team in the bottom. So
wow.
I'm objective, and when you're podcasting and stuff, and you're watching other teams, you have to be objective. You can't
you do.
be a homer all the
You do.
time. But my main thing is Carson Wentz, right? He like malfunctions at the worst times. It's just like he forgets how to play football, and so I don't have a lot of trust in him. I went all in on the Commanders last year because I thought that defense was going to be outstanding, and they thoroughly disappointed me and made me out to be a fool. So I have them in the bottom this year. I have the Giants coming in third because I do think somehow they're going to get to like 8 wins. 9 wins.
Ooh, over 5. Okay, you did say over 5, so 8 to 9 wins.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And so far, I'm liking it, because hey,
Okay.
you didn't say the Eagles fourth or third. So that means hey, we might be fighting for the 2 spots, first and second. Let's go. Let me hear it.
So I have the Cowboys in second.
Ah!
And I have the Eagles winning the division.
Okay, all right. The Cowboys are in second. Okay. Come on, let me hear it. Come on, just
yeah. No, I have the Eagles winning the division. I said this on 3rd and 3. I've said it for months now. I just think. Listen, you guys got AJ Brown, you got my boy Bradbury. Here's the thing that people forget, especially these young kids now, right?
Yeah.
They forget that the Eagles always have a good defense, even in your bad year. I mean, if Fletcher Cox is not freaking retired, like I cannot with this guy. The Eagles always have a fantastic defense. And you know how these NFC East games go. It's going to be 3-3, right? Eagles are going to do nothing. We're going to get to the fourth quarter. They're going to score 25 points, walk off with a win. Like, it is just how they do. But now you guys got A.J. Brown, got great talent there. I think Jalen Hurts is going to take a big step forward to second year, with Nick Sirianni. Let's see how this all comes together now. Everybody can gel. It's the second year. So I think Dallas is going to take a step back because I don't know who they're throwing the ball to.
Exactly.
But I do think the Cowboys and the Eagles end up fighting it out. I just think the Eagles are going to find maybe 1 or 2 games, that last minute field goal type game, a brutal, beat each other up, and they're going to take the division. Now, listen, that pains me. I don't want that to happen, but I do think that's what will happen.
I mean, look, you are a realist, objective Giants, beat writer / content creator. I mean, that's what I like. I mean, it's easy to be a homer, undefeated Super Bowl champs every year. You know what I mean? Like literally, and the Cowboys know exactly what I'm talking about. Every year they're supposed to win the Super Bowl, and then the fans and everybody get disappointed. So they know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, like no matter the 2-5, 2-6, you can't never count them out because you know why? They've shown it over and over. No other team in the NFC East could say, hey, years after years that we've shown that we had the fight that the Philadelphia Eagles have. And that's the reason why that, and regardless, even last year when it was 2-5, I'm like, nope, do not give up on this team yet. Yeah. I've seen it before. I've been a fan. I'm old enough. Do not give up on this team. Just hang in there. And surely, but we turned it around and we made the playoffs. Yes, we got spanked, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But that was a lesson learned, growing pains and experience. I mean, I was okay with it. So thank you for being an objective, Eagle fan. Oh, Giants fan. I almost call you Eagle fan.
Oh, whoa. Let's calm down now. Let's take it down.
My bad. You know what I mean? I have applications. Anytime you want to jump over, I send you one. But anyway, let's move on. Shout out to Bergen 31.
In the mail,
Bergen 31 is the most realistic, optimistic, the most optimistic Eagle fan out there. 18-0 until proven otherwise. That's the guy you want to hit up. That's the guy. You cannot win a fight against him against the Eagles because I'm telling you right now, I can't win a fight against him against the Eagles. And I'm an Eagle content creator, and I lose every time. He get me so frustrated because he's 18, 19, 20, 21-0 until proven otherwise. It is what it is. But let's get into some fantasy football. My draft is about a couple weeks away. I usually do my draft after, all the preseason games are played because we know injuries happen and stuff like that. So, in your eyes, who are your top 5 quarterbacks? And give me a couple of sleepers.
Yeah, I think the top 5 is not going to be any different than what you hear from anybody else, really. I usually roll with Matt Stafford personally.
As number 1? He's your number 1?
Well, he's done. No, obviously you'd want to probably go like a Burrow. I did have Burrow. You want like a Pat Mahomes. Everybody grabs Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Well, Lamar Jackson, I would throw him in there. But, for me, I don't reach for the top guy. I'm not saying that those guys would be a reach.
Okay.
But so I'm in this podcast league. We do a live podcast manual draft on September 1st. It's a real deal podcast league. We did it last year. It was a lot of fun, but it's a tough league because everybody knows their stuff. And, my strategy is I just load up wide receiver, running back, and I got Matt Stafford damn near at the end.
Yeah.
And, I've rolled with him for like 9 years. And even in Detroit, he just balls out. So
He does.
you can get a quality quarterback over, damn near around 10, 11. So you don't have to necessarily reach for them.
Yeah, people like I do fantasy every year, and it seems like as soon as that first quarterback goes off the board, people start quarterback. And me personally, I load up on running backs and wide receivers.
Yeah.
I'm like you, running backs, wide receivers. Give me the yak yards. Give me this guy is going to touch the ball. This guy is maybe not the star, but guess what? The star is going to get double coverage. Give me the second guy.
Yeah.
He's going to get the one-on-one coverage. Put me in, coach. So who's your sleepers, though? Like, who's your sneaky pick at the quarterback position?
So I've really been high on this duo of Matt Ryan and Alec Pierce.
Whoa.
And I have been talking about it for weeks now. And somebody did say, hey, Nikki, I went and got Alec Pierce in my draft. So I hope I'm right. I know that I will be right. And I reiterated it last night on my show. I got a lot of pushback for that. Let's not forget that Matt Ryan is a baller of a quarterback. He's one of the most passers in the league, and he's extremely reliable. He also likes that second wide receiver option, and he turns them into production machines. So it looks like Alec Pierce is going to emerge, right? Because Pittman Jr., he's not going to get everything, his way. We know that. So I think the sleeper duo is Matt Ryan, Alec Pierce.
Okay. Your wide receivers. I mean, is it obvious because this year we had a lot of change with Devontae Adams going to the Raiders, with Tyreek Hill going to the Dolphins, and we know the quarterback there. I mean, how's your top 5 wide receivers shaping out, and who are your sleepers? This is a harder one, huh?
This is a harder one. And you're asking for my strategies. And, I got my enemies watching now.
That is what it is. Come on.
Who's another good sleeper quarterback? Jameis Winston.
But he's not even practicing right now because his right foot is hurting right now. Like, he's literally not in camp practicing. I mean, I can see that. I mean, because of Thomas and who's the other Callaway? I mean, the big wide receiver they have here, and Landry is over there. So yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's a lot of passing yards.
The Tyreek Hill thing. I just
talk to me. Yeah,
I don't trust Tua. I really don't trust. I think Tyreek Hill covered up a lot for Pat Mahomes, and I think that's going to be huge for Kansas City to overcome. He's probably going to do the same for Tua. I just don't know if he's going to be the fantasy juggernaut that people are used to.
Okay, so is Tyreek Hill and Waddle the same type of wide receiver? Because just talking about Tua, his arm strength and stuff like that. So do you feel like that? I mean, they are the same players because you're not expecting Tyreek Hill to get the passes that Patrick Mahomes was sending him down range. So, I mean, would you draft either Tyreek Hill or Waddle? Like, I mean, where would you at? Like, who would you draft first? Especially when Tua have rapport with Waddle.
I probably would go with Waddle because he has the rapport.
Ooh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So, any sleepers, like any sneaky wide receiver from the draft or anybody else last year
I'm just
emerging?
Really high on Alec Pierce. I think everybody needs to really consider the Colts. We did a segment last night on, the teams that had the best fantasy rosters. So I think that if you look at the Colts, you can get your running back, your quarterback, you can get 2 great wide receivers. Let's not forget they had a top 10 defense last year as well. So I think they're pretty stacked.
Yo, you know what? Shoot, I was looking at the Eagles, but the Colts is not bad either. They're not bad.
I know
the thing is, But their linebacker Leonard is out for the foreseen future. Like, if we
Yeah.
don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's a key piece. We know that defense. If you can't, make the other offense go 3 and out, and you're tired, that offenses are going to run on you and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, hey, the Colts, okay, the Eagles. So all right, so tell me
I like the
something.
Colts. I do.
So far we at the
Yeah.
almost the running backs, and you have not said anything about the Philadelphia Eagles at all as far as fantasy wise. Where do you see Jalen Hurts or AJ Brown? Talk to me, man. You know more than the shirt. You know I gotta represent my birds. Talk to
I
me.
should have worn my. I know. Why didn't I wear my Giants attire? I should.
That's right, because your background is Giants, so everybody knows that you're a Giants fan. It's all right.
Okay. All right. No, absolutely get AJ Brown. And listen, I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's probably going to be one of those quarterbacks. No, he's not going to go obviously right away and in the top. But you know what? If all of my top choices were gone and he's there, 10, 11, I'm taking him. I have faith in him.
Okay. All right. Look, I love it. And Hurts. But do you talk about Hurts or Brown?
No, Hurts.
Okay, so Brown, you are staying away from Brown. Like, where would you draft Brown at?
No. I would take AJ Brown, of course.
Okay, all right. So, all right, your top 5 running backs and 2 sleepers. I told you my story before I came on. Barkley done screwed me twice, back-to-back seasons. Like, I mean, it's not his fault he got injuries, but golly, man, I really want to pick him so high this year. I feel good. I mean, I'm watching highlights on Twitter, the Giants training camp, and Barkley snatching them passes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. But fool me a third time? God damn, you fool. I mean, you're just an idiot at this point. So should I draft? Where would is Barkley in the top 5 pick?
No.
Running.
No.
Ooh, okay.
No. Not a top 5. And I understand when people, say that, I get that. I guess you could consider him a sleeper if you want to.
Nice.
We're getting, what's his name back? Etienne's coming back, right? For the Jags. Yeah. I love that pick. I absolutely love that pick. And the Jags are going to be much more competitive than people think they are. Ooh, someone called me crazy. Why? I said the Eagles were going to win the division and that they should draft AJ Brown.
There might be a Cowboys fan.
Oh, God.
There might be a Cowboys fan because, Facebook user, if you're on Facebook, jump on YouTube. Let me see your name. Put your name out there. And I mean, you want to call people out, put your name out there. Just go on YouTube.
We put ourselves out there.
So, all right. So you saying that Barkley's not top 5, maybe a sleep? Okay. So who would you pick a top 5? Chubbs?
I'm high on Cam Akers. I know a lot of people are not, but the Cam Akers show is coming. I'm not high on Leonard Fournette. I think Breece Hall's a good sleeper. I think AJ Dillon. You could go there as well.
Oh, Green Bay Packers. So Aaron Jones is not it. Oh, that's my guy. That's what I was going to pick, Aaron Jones.
Yeah, no, but I think you could AJ Dillon as well. You gotta.
I got.
And how about Gainwell? Gainwell's a great sleeper.
Come on! Oh, you're killing me right now. Where's Miles?
You want a sleeper pick? I'm saying Gainwell.
Okay, so Miles Sanders is nowhere in the top 5, top 7,
I'm
nowhere.
Just throwing sleepers at you. I'm not trying to give all my secrets away.
Yeah, this is not good right here. This is not good. This is more frustrating than I thought. You know what I mean? But
I'm a frustrating person. You have me on enough. You will realize that. Anybody watch 3rd and 3? I drive my co-host crazy.
Yeah, so hey, right now we got about 15 watching, man. Just let them know, where could you find you at and what's your show, when you do your show and go live?
Yeah, so we're live Wednesday nights at 7, Facebook, YouTube. You guys can do the same thing. Jump in the chat. We have, our resident Cowboy fans that pop in there and give me a hard time, and they think they're going to win the Super Bowl and, the whole deal. But you can find us every Wednesday at 7. I do hop on the Giants Rush podcast, here and there, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. I will be at Giants training camp every Tuesday until the end of the month. So I probably will jump on their show at 8 for the rest of August. I do have a fantasy football show coming out Sundays in September. So look for me on Sunday morning. That is in the works. So more info to come. And I am doing some work with women in sports. So look out for that. There's going to be more to come there as well. But I really had a great time. I hope that you would invite me back.
Yeah, I will. And you're not going to get off that easy because I have one more question for you. Here we go. This is it right here. We've been on live for 35 minutes, but this is the last question, folks. So who do you have in the AFC NFC Championship game? I'm not going to ask you the Super Bowl. I'm just going to ask you the championship game, because we know how things change 6-7 months from now. But I'm gonna put you on the hot seat because I will replay this tape back. Hopefully, I have you.
This is not
in the season. Hopefully, I have you back towards the end of the season.
No, this is not a prediction you can hold.
Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's go.
No, because my official predictions come out August 31st. So
okay, so this is the unofficial. Who do you see had the potential to be in the NFC?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think the Chargers are going to be there.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's the AFC, and then NFC.
God, NFC. I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That is a tough one.
It really is. Do you bet against Tom Brady? I mean, that's tough. I hate to bet against Brady. I could see somebody. So, we probably. Maybe Tampa would be there. The Rams might be there. Look at the AFC. I think the Chargers have a great chance. Obviously, Buffalo. Somewhere around there. I'll go.
Okay, all right. I mean, look, all right. So my AFC prediction is definitely the Bills. Yeah. I feel like the Bills have everything that they need to be, that to move to take the next step. Last year they were like a heartbreaking away from moving on to the AFC Championship. So I definitely had the Bills in the championship round. And with the NFC, I think the Rams, man. I know that Matthew Stafford have some elbow issue, but they, anytime you add an Allen Robinson to me, OBJ is still free agent. He still might come back later on in the year. And then you add a guy like the linebacker. God, what's the linebacker from the Seahawks? Oh my God.
Wow.
Take my tongue. Every time you add that linebacker to go with that defense, Bobby Wagner. Anytime you add a Bobby Wagner, your defense will improve, especially with Ramsey still there. So I feel like the Rams should be. I'm not going to give the other two teams, the other, 1-1, but Bills, Rams, I definitely expect to be in the championship round against who? Yeah. Maybe the Eagles, maybe the Chiefs. Who knows? I don't know.
Do you think OBJ goes back to the Rams, or do you think there's truth to the Baltimore rumors?
Nah. ACL tear. Warm weather, he had fun, success with a good quarterback. Baltimore, cold weather. Lamar Jackson is not going to get you the ball, so I think that he might go back. Like he haven't get signed yet, so he might go back, to the Rams and play a big part to get them further into the playoffs. So
what do you think he get? Because you look at like Julio Jones got what, $8 million. So I just wonder what
1 year tryout there. A 1 year, basically a 4 or 5 game trial there because a ACL, happened in January, in February. Right. He's not going to be ready anytime soon before October or November. And so you're looking like the playoff push, right? So you'll sign him for a few games and say, hey, I'll give you $10 million for 4 games. Yeah. And see, and then after that, you sign him to a long-term contract if he come back and dominate like he was doing, throughout the playoffs last year. So, that's how I see it, but it might change,
Are you a Lamar Jackson fan? You seem a little low on Lamar Jackson.
Well, no. Well, as far as throwing, no. You know what I mean? Because to me, Lamar Jackson, he has no wide receivers. He has no wide receivers to go to. Your Bateman is there, and
Yeah.
who else?
Right.
I'm confused. At least Jalen Hurts, like Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts to me are, I mean, you could say they're kind of like the same, even though Jackson won the MVP. He threw for 36 touchdowns, but Jalen Hurts, he got AJ Brown, he got Devontae Smith, he got Chris Watkins, he got Dallas Goedert, so he has weapons. Lamar Jackson got who? The tight end over there, I forgot his damn name. Yeah, Mark Andrews and Baker. But they have no other, like they have nobody else to throw to. So Lamar Jackson's ceiling to me, yes, is a contract year, but at the same time, I'm like, man, the Ravens got rid of Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything to improve that team. So to me, I would not, and fantasy wise, I'll draft Lamar Jackson because of his legs, not because of his arms.
Yeah.
So in fantasy, go get Lamar Jackson, but in real life, I think the Ravens are going to be fighting for a wild card spot because I think the Bengals are going to the division again. So
yeah,
that's just
this Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase combo. I mean,
and Higgins and Boyd and freaking Nixon and back, and then they went out and got the weakness fixed, the offensive line, right?
Yeah.
So why not, and put your money on the Bengals being at division champs?
That's another roster where they are stacked fantasy wise because you can grab that defense and you can the Colts. Yeah, like we were talking about. I mean, really think about those teams that I can kind of go everywhere and fantasy wise, I can kind of I'll be set. They've got it stacked in every position.
Yeah, facts. Look, hey, it was an honor having you on. Somebody asked, where could they find your podcast one more time? And we going to get out of here.
Yeah, so my podcast is called Third and Three. You can also visit our website, thirdand3podcast.com. We are Wednesdays live, 7 o'clock on Facebook, YouTube. Same thing. You guys can jump in the chat. I hope you check us out. We are just a free-flowing, fun kind of show. We go at each other. We argue a lot. You guys can find me on social media at NikkiNick9384. I'm always posting show clips. Last night, my co-host really pissed me off with the Giants negativity, so I kind of went off. This is what I do. I get triggered. I go off on the guys. So, check it out. If anybody in here is interested and, find us Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
Hey, look, I would love to come on your show one day.
Oh, you should definitely come on the show. You definitely should.
Hey, let me know. Hey, my Twitter, JC Sports Talk, all across social media. Besides Twitter, is JC Sports Talk 20, Brian Dawkins 20, because JC Sports Talk was taken. So I put the 20 to honor Brian Dawkins, my favorite Eagles of all time.
Oh,
but it was an honor having you on. And once again, thank you very much. You took the heat. Eagle fans it was a little bit nice today. Usually we watch your show, but I already warned them before you jump on here. Just calm down a little bit. Don't go too hard. And we don't want you leaving out of here, and feel some type of way. And we do want you to come back on throughout the season. But thank you for jumping on. And as always, go Birds.
Go Giants.